Okay, today, second day on function operations. So on number 1 up here, what's different about this one from what we did yesterday? Instead of a number, we have just the letter X here, okay? So what that means is that f plus g of x means we're just going to take this f of x, and this is our operation. It's plus, and we're going to add it to our g of x. So our f of x is 2x minus 3. So we have a 2x minus 3, and we are adding it to the negative 3x plus 2. And then we're going to simplify. That's all that notation means, just adding the two together. So now we want to simplify. We've got negative x minus 1. So we can rewrite this if we want, or we can just write our answer up here. And f plus g of x is negative x minus 1. Does that make sense? Okay. So what operation are we doing on number 2? What's your operation? What's that? Subtraction. So does it matter what order we put them in subtraction? Does like 8 minus 3 give you the same answer as 3 minus 8? No. So we need to make sure the order is correct. So we have to put the g first. X plus 5 minus the x to the third plus 3x squared. Why did I put parentheses around that x to the third plus 3x squared? Positive. Emma? That's right. So this here, this negative, applies to all of it, not just the first part of it, not just the x to the third, but all of it. So I have to put parentheses there so that I am looking at distributing that negative to everything. So this goes to here and here. So I have x plus 5 minus x to the third minus 3x squared. So then I want to add my like terms if there are any, and then put it in descending order. So negative x to the third comes first, and minus 3x squared plus x plus 5. And let me put that up. Put the g minus h of x is equal to that. Does that make sense? Okay, what operation on number 3? So Nick, you just said multiplication. How do we know it's multiplication? You're right. That's right. So what's right here in between that h and the g, that tells you the operation that you're using. So it's multiplication here. So we're taking the negative 3x minus 4, and we are multiplying it by the 2x minus 5. When I multiply those two, do I need parentheses around there? Yeah, because we want to multiply all of one of them by the other one. So we're going to just use what we call the claw. So what do we get when we multiply those? Let's see, Gianna. Good. Good. And then we want to add any like terms that we have. So negative 6x squared plus 7x plus 20. And that is h times g of x. Okay, go ahead and do the U try. Make sure when you write your answer for that U try, it's in the standard form, so the highest exponent first, and the next highest, and so forth. Okay. You do the U try? Okay, you do that. Are you okay? You talking about the threads party? Are you guys in threads? You are? What periods are you? What are you going to wear? Okay. What does this say? What does this say?
Federasta.
Oh.
Federasta.
And what does it mean?
It doesn't. It's Italian trap singer.
Oh, okay, cool. You do the U try? Meaning you can't, or you're not going to?
I can't.
Why can't you?
I don't know the.
So the notation just means you take your g function, x plus 5, and you subtract the h function, x cubed plus 3. And you have to put parentheses around that. Do you have a pencil? So, good so far. Keep going. Simplify it. Good. And then just double check your sign on that. Everything else looks good.
No, I said I like 10 tons of gorilla. You can do that.
I love how you did the middle step there. Should that be positive or negative? Oh, yeah. Good. It's so cute. It looks like a marshmallow, huh?
I know.
Marshmallow head is really cute.
This is right.
It is.
Yay.
Good job. Okay, excuse me. Okay, this is what we get for our answer on number 4. Any questions on that? Okay, on to the next example. Yes, we do get a little harder today. What's different? Okay, I'm going to close that door. What's different on number 5? Yes, we have a number this time. So this is what we were doing at the last class, okay? And so they're going to be mixed together. So you need to know when it shows that it's a number that you have to substitute in, or when it's just the letter. So in this case, we're taking our f of 10. So we're putting 10 in place of the a and the f function. So 3 times 10 minus 3. And this would give us 30 minus 3, or 27. And then we're going to find our g of 10. which would be 10 squared minus 5. And what does that give us when we simplify? Yeah, good. So now our problem is an addition here. So we're going to take the 27 plus 95 because it says addition here. And 122, can I get somebody to check my mental math? That's correct? Okay, thank you. Okay, so what's different on number 6? We have not seen one like this. Yeah, instead of an x, it's now has an expression negative 2x in there. So since this is a multiplication here, we want to do each one of them and then multiply our answer. So we're first going to find g of negative 2x, which would be 4 times negative 2x plus 1. What do we get when we take 4 times negative 2x, Omar? Plus 1. How does that simplify? You're just multiplying the 4 times the negative 2x. What would that be? Negative 8x. And then we just put plus 1. And then we're going to find our f of negative 2x. And then how would that simplify, Brady? Yep. And then what are we going to do with those two again? Multiply, because this operation here shows multiplication. So we're going to take our negative 8x plus 1 and multiply it by the negative 8x plus 4. So now we're going to have to use the claw or FOIL, whichever way you want to think of that. Emma, what do we get when we multiply that out? Good. Good. And then we just want to add our like terms. So 64x squared minus 40x plus 4. And then I'm just going to write the g times f of negative 2x in front of it for our notation. Okay, last one. This one, yes, is the hardest one. You notice that's my pattern. Usually start simpler and get harder as we go along. So what do we do first on this one? We have to substitute in an n plus 1 into each equation. So h of n plus 1, 2 times n plus 1 plus 1. Bilal, can you do that for us? Can you do that for us? Yes. So that gives us 2n plus 3. And then our g of n plus 1 is 4 times n plus 1 plus 2. So then when we simplify that, Leah, what do we get when we simplify that? What do we get when we simplify that? So you just want to multiply 4 by the n and 4 by the 1. What do we get when we multiply 4 by each? What do we get when we multiply that by 4? Yes, 4n plus 4. And we get 4n plus 6. And then we are subtracting. So does it matter what order we subtract? Yes, we have to put our h first. So we are taking our 2n plus 3, which is our h, and we are subtracting the g, 4n plus 6. And we have to put parentheses around that. And we are subtracting. So what would we do next? Ellie, what do we do next? That's right. And so what do we get when we distribute that negative? Yes. So now adding our like terms, we would get negative 2n minus 3. So our h minus g of n plus 1 equals negative 2n minus 3. Okay, can I get somebody